Alright, so here we are. I've got my new Corsair 760T from the Graphite series. And right now it's empty. There's nothing in it right now. But we are going to take everything out of my old rig, right here, transfer it to here. So before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys everything that's in my old rig. So, let's get the case off. Alright, now in here, you can kind of see this is all a bit of a jumbled mess. It's not very, the case looks really big on the outside, but it's not very big on the inside. The way it's set up is just kind of a bad design, poor design. I don't like that the power supply is up in the top. It just doesn't look very good. And of course, this jumble of cables is just unacceptable. So, I've got my new case, and I am probably just going to time-lapse this. So, let's go ahead and get started. Before we get into just swapping everything out, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a look at this case. So, I really like this clear panel. Like, I mean, you can see almost straight through it. There's my brother's monitor. It's pretty much transparent. There's a slight tint to it. That's nice. The handle mechanism just to get in is super nice, just because I'm tired of having to unscrew that little screw on the back of my old rig every time. Let's see, manual, don't need that. Let's see, we got some little label warning. And here is our hardware. Alright, we're going to set that aside. Alright, now here we are. Just honestly, there's a lot of room in this case. I mean, physically, I believe that my old computer case is smaller, but this one just has so much more internal room. It's just, wow. And everything in here is modular. So I can take out these bays if I wanted to. I can stack one on top of the other. I can take out my optical bays. I can do whatever I want to, basically. And it has the lower mounted power supply, which is right now, you know, that's pretty standard, but it's different than what I had. So in here we have 6 drive bays, which to me seems a little bit excessive, seeing as that there's also, I think, 6 SSD mounts. Like right here it looks like 3, but when you open up the back there's more. But it's a lot of room for storage. So it's going to give you a lot of customability when it comes to taking stuff out as to where you want to put things, stuff like that. Eventually I want to do a custom loop in this build, but those are pretty expensive, so I mean, I'll have to save up for a little while. And then, just honestly, all around, the aesthetics are just really nice. I'm going to put some blue in here. I think that'd look really good. I mean, I know the fans, or at least, I don't know if they actually light up. I know in the, if you guys can see it in there, I know online they showed them lighting up. They might. I'm hoping they do. But I have another blue fan that I'll probably replace that one with. And, yeah. Let's just go ahead and I'm going to put this on a time-lapse of me installing everything. So here we go. Alrighty guys, now this is where the fun really begins. I get to start putting all my components into this bad boy. However, before we get to do that, I think that this would be a good time to show you guys what components I'm using in my system, just since I have them all out, just to pretty much just spread out across here. So before I put them in, I'm just going to let you guys know what is going to be going in here. Alright, first up we have the ASRock 990FX Extreme, and this one I got fairly recently. However, I don't know if I uploaded it or not, but I was having trouble with these fan headers, and these 3 fan headers are broken. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to power the fans in my case. I might have to get a splitter, but I'm just going to probably be getting a new motherboard soon altogether, just to eliminate that problem. And then right here we have Patriot Viper Extreme RAM, and that is 8 gigabytes. I don't need a whole lot because I mainly use this for gaming. Oh, my bad. I didn't tell you guys the processor. Processor is an AMD FX Series 8320, and I think it has a base clock of like, oh god, people are going to yell at me when I get it wrong, but I think it's like 3.4, maybe? Is that right? God, don't yell at me. But, I believe that's what it is. Alright, next I have my GPUs. I've set these up in Crossfire. They're AMD's R7870s, and they have been working great for me. I haven't overclocked them yet. Hopefully you can do that soon. Use it for some games. And I actually just downloaded Dead Space, and I'm sure most of you guys have seen that already, but I'm going to be playing that game soon for a Let's Play, so you can look for that on my channel sometime soon. Alright. Now we have my power supply. This is an 850 watt, non-modular, you know, basic. It's a no-name power supply, so I don't know how much longer it's going to last. I was on a pretty tight budget when I bought this. I got it for like 40 bucks on eBay. So, I mean, you can't beat that for 850 watts. So that's what I got. But it really does leave a rat's nest of cords. Next, I have my hard drives. This one is a 560 gigabyte, and this is 160 gigabyte. Both of these I got for free. So, I mean, you know, what can you expect from them? It's not all that much storage, but it gets me what I need, and I haven't maxed out on them yet, so that's good. But I will be getting a 1 terabyte drive when Windows 10 comes out, just so I can upgrade these whenever I upgrade the operating system. Oh, which, speaking of, I almost forgot, this is my Crucial M500 solid state drive. It's 120 gigabytes, I believe. Yeah, 120 gigabytes. I haven't wanted to install it yet because I know Windows 10 is coming out, and I'm going to update to that one when that comes out. And so I haven't really wanted to install this and then in 2 months have to reinstall everything again. That's just going to be a big pain. So I'm waiting, and it's really hard to wait for that to come out to put this in, but I'm waiting. And then next, I just have 2 optical drives. I mean, I know a lot of people say optical drives are dead, blah, 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 they're not needed. But, I mean, I have room for it, and I'm going to put one in there anyways because I like to rip movies from, or using Handbrake, so I can have them on my computer. So, it's going to be in there, and if one's in there, I can't remove the drive cage, so I might as well have both of them in there. And last but not least, I've got some, you know, some aftermarket fans and a cathode light that I'm going to put in there. It's blue to go with my scheme. Oh, I almost forgot. This is my liquid cooler. It's an AMD FX cooler. That's all it really says on it. I don't know. I got it with that motherboard when I bought it, so I was just like, alright, I don't know what the exact name of it is, but it works fine. It's in push-pull, just a little 120 millimeter rad, but hey, it works. It keeps it cooler than my heatsink did, so that's good. Alright, you guys, so the rest of this is basically going to be on a time lapse of me putting everything in here, and then I'll just talk to you guys at the end, and let's go from there. Alright guys, so we finished the build, and I am, for one, very impressed with this case. It is a very sleek looking case, and I really have no regrets about this case. It's going to give me plenty of room for upgrading in the future, hopefully a custom water loop, and just basically any upgrade that you could want in a mid-range PC. But there is one thing that was really ticking me off in the build. I'll show you guys that here. So as you can see, I have this one cable that runs up here, and that is actually my motherboard power cable, and that really made me I don't know, OCD annoyed, because what happened was this cable was not long enough to go through the grommets and out through the top right there and just to the pin right there. It was only long enough to just barely reach, going all the way over my GPUs and just making horrendous. I'm gonna get an extender so that I can add a couple inches onto that and just make it just long enough that I can power the board without having to have it run up through there. But other than that, I mean, it's very open. I did take out this drive bay cage because I'm not going to need it, and so I thought it would just give me a bit of extra room to mess with when it comes time for liquid cooling. I'm thinking, you know, I'll probably install the pump down here, and then I'm thinking a reservoir cylindrical right here, maybe. But that will be in the distant future. So yeah. Well, I am glad that you guys could all join me for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys soon.